As well as still images, ArtMatic can create astounding high-quality animations. These animations will eventually be rendered into new QuickTime movies, where every single frame has the same level of detail of a high-resolution still image. I want to show you a few strategies to design a new keyframe-based animation, so let's get started. For this tutorial, I will use a structure based on the lava marble preset, although the same considerations apply to any structure you are working with. ArtMatic creates animations by changing the system's parameters over time, and it does so by morphing from keyframe to keyframe. The keyframes are stacked on the left-hand side of the canvas, and each keyframe is a snapshot of all the component's parameters. In the ArtMatic user interface, the parameters values are identified by the position of the sliders within each tile of the structure tree. You can see that a certain keyframe corresponds to a new set of parameters values. If you like this particular image, you can immediately add it to the keyframe stack. And you can do that by clicking on the Add tool. We want the picture to change dramatically, so we create a new keyframe by altering one or more parameters among the many in this system. For example, we can select this style and change the value of its third parameter. This parameter seems to affect both the basic geometries of these curvy shapes and the internal ripples of the surface texture. Next, we can select, for example, this other tile and alter its second parameter. This one seems to somehow affect the density of the surface texture. Note that at this stage we are not concerned much about the nature of the components we are editing or the meaning of the parameters we are altering. We are pretty much working hands-on, empirically, experimenting with the parameters and testing what effects they produce, what properties of the image they control. As we move these few parameters, the image on the canvas changed accordingly. Let's zoom out slightly and pan slightly sideways. And at this point we can decide that what we see on the canvas is going to be the second keyframe, the second signpost, so to speak, of our animation. So let's add it to our keyframe stack. You can proceed in this way to create more keyframes, identify the parameters that you wish to change, alter them, and then add the resulting image to the keyframe stack. But another, possibly more intuitive way to do this is to use the mutation dialog, which you can recall clicking on the mutation tool. The mutation dialog is ArtMatic's way to help you out in producing more or less dramatic changes of your current keyframe. You can see here subsequent mutations of the current keyframe. These mutations are generated at the current mutation rate. The mutation rate can be set to a lower level. If you wish to produce subtler mutations, or it can be set to a higher level if you wish to produce more dramatic mutations. Let's go back to a middle range If you want this particular mutation to be your next keyframe, you can just click on it to make it the current mutation. Then you add it to the keyframe stack. Now you look at the other possible mutations and perhaps choose a few more of these as keyframes. Click on the green tick and see the new keyframes on the stack here.